Hey Cancer, this is your November 2023 tarot reading for the month. So this is for Cancer, Sun, or Rising signs. Remember that these are collective readings. So if you are listening to this and you kind of go, I don't know, I'm not sure that really resonates with my situation or what's going on with me, then check out, if this is your sun sign, check out your rising sign, see if that resonates more. Remember that collective readings, it's like we can't hit for every Cancer what it's going to be every single month, right? That's just kind of the way it is with collective readings. If you want to have a very specific, oh yeah, I'm feeling that one. If you want to have a very specific reading and you want to get very detailed about what's going on specifically for you in your life, then I always recommend one-to-one readings. Those are the best way. I think you know that. So you can either book them with me or someone else, but if you do it with me, the description box down below has how you can do that. So we're looking at the beginning, middle, and end of the month, and then we're also taking a look at any particular challenge that feels of note, that is going to be perhaps a noticeable theme that you'll be dealing with this month. All right, I'm liking the cards so far, I gotta say that. Okay, and I was actually feeling, where was it? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so let's get into this. Cancer. So in order to focus these collective readings a bit more, if this is your first time joining me, I like to pull a house card. It just gives, I think, another way to focus the information, and maybe it might be helpful for you to kind of go and apply it to a specific area of your life. It's very interesting though, because the house that we end up pulling is the house of you. It's the first house, which is all about yourself. It's about how you present yourself to the world, the ways in which you show up, very much like in a physical way, but also just, you know, how you navigate life, the way in which you go about navigating life. So out of all the houses in the chart, those all have to do with different areas of life or involve other people that you would find as a part of your life. This is the only house that is only about you. So this really is you focused. So let's get into this. So we have the beginning of the month with the Knight of Swords. Then we have a lot of swords going on. So then we have the middle of the month with the Eight of Swords, and then we round out the month with the Wheel of Fortune. Challenge being the three, or is that three? Nope, sorry, that's Two of Wands, and then the Chariot as our spiritual advice. So let's drop into these one at a time. So at the beginning of the month, we have, feels like a very quick start to the month, right? It feels almost like things are happening quickly, or you might be feeling pressured to act quickly. Be careful with that. Be careful that you don't trip yourself up. You know, it could be very easy to like foot in mouth or you know, trip over something in the desire to rush forward. You know, like of the knights, this is one of the two that I would say is just like swift action, and that can be really great and useful sometimes, and at other times we can see how that might be not necessarily the best. So coming out of this last month of October, I don't know about you, but it was pretty gnarly for me. So I would say just make sure that you're, you know, not rushing before you think, if you can. And this might just be in reference to things feeling like they are just moving quickly, whether you want them to or not, right? The middle of the month, we have something showing up that's basically like whenever this card shows up, the best way that I can describe this is it feels like you are being asked to question the things that you take for granted as being true, like your beliefs or what you see in the world as possibility or the lack of possibility, you know? So question your thoughts, question your beliefs, question whether the stories that you think are true are really true, right? So oftentimes we can kind of trap ourselves in a prison of our own making because of any kind of limiting thoughts that we have or limiting perspective that we have about what opportunities we actually have available to us, what choices we do or do not have. If we feel limited, if we feel backed into a corner, if we feel like there aren't many things that we can choose from, this is a time to question that. If you're feeling limited by life, and if you're feeling like maybe that's causing a lot of stress or pressure, this would be the time to question whether those thoughts are really true or whether that's the story that you're telling yourself. So you know, and it's like that sometimes can feel really confronting, right? Because I you know, this is not about like saying, oh gosh, what is it? Like when people say, oh, you must have like manifested that into your life because you're thinking this way. That's definitely not what this is. This is more like, it's a more empowering way to approach the stories that you have. And so I find it really helpful in life in general. So Byron Katie's work is really great for that if you need a reference for anything. So we come into the end of the month and there is like the change is happening. The wheel is turning. The thing about the wheel turning is that it's going to turn no matter what, whether we want it to or not. And the more that we resist the change that's occurring in the world, because it's, as we know, that's constant and consistent. And so when we're in a place of resisting that, instead of finding the opportunities inside of things, right? Instead of finding how we can bend like bamboo, how we can flow with it, right? Like how we can move with the energy and find the opportunities that are there inside of the challenges or inside of things that maybe feel confronting or new or unknown, then it can feel a lot more stressful and it can feel harder, right? The thing about the Wheel of Fortune is we never know where it's going to land, right? We just know that it's going to turn. Sometimes things that look bleak actually turn out to be taking us in a direction for a specific reason, as we all know. So yeah, it's hard, and I'm not saying that I always do the best job with that, but that is what's coming up and that's what's coming through. So part of the challenge that is coming through as well, and I think that this is related to this particular card, definitely feels like it's part of this story, but part of the challenge coming up for the month of November is having decisions, having like being able to see the possibility, right? Being able to recognize how much choice, how much possibility you really actually have. Right? So, you know, this is like the world is at your fingertips. The world is your oyster. You know, you can overlook like you can see him surveying the land and it's like, it's all a possibility. All possibilities are possibilities. And so inside of this, there may be the challenge this month with recognizing just how much opportunity and possibility there really is for you. So again, I would question your thoughts, right? I think that this is going to, the middle of the month is really going to be bringing some of this up for you, right? And then we come into the, whatever you want to call it, spiritual advice, spiritual guidance, whatever it feels comfortable for you to call it. But this is what's coming through is about being in alignment so that you can take aligned action, so that you really can move forward, right? The Chariot is movement forward in an aligned way, right? It's being cosmically connected, or whatever you want to call it, to your higher self, to cosmic consciousness, to spirit, to the universe, whatever it is, drawing that energy down. And we can always move it through the chakras in this way where it's like it comes into your state of consciousness. It comes into what you speak into the world. It comes into like what you're feeling, your emotions in the world, and then into your place of action from your will, right? Into your solar plexus. And the solar plexus is actually what makes this chariot go forward. It's the juice that makes it go forward, essentially, right? It's like if it were a car, this would be the gasoline, right? And so the most powerful movement that we can take forward, take to go forward, and the most clear and direct path to take powerful action and to really gain momentum is going to come from being in alignment. So are you in alignment, right? Is what you feel and what you think and what you say and what you're cosmically connected to, is that all aligned? Are you all on the same page? Are the values all aligned so that you can be clear about what direction you want to move in and how to do that and how to move forward? Whether that is a direction in life, whether that's a new iteration of yourself that you're coming into, however that looks, right? So I hope this was helpful. If it has been in any way, if you've gotten any insight, please consider giving the video a like, as it does really help me as I'm building the channel. I'm sorry this is coming out a couple days later than I wanted it to in the month. I just, the end of the month was really nuts. So anyhow, thank you for your time. Thanks for being here, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these on the horizon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.